Hello everyone, I am Dmitry Gerasimov, CEO of Cellframe, and here is our regular AMA session. Let's begin from the first question. First question. Could you please explain how Cellframe's two-level sharding will work? How much will it improve network performance compared to traditional sharding solution? Um, First of all, depends from traditional sharding solutions. There are different of them. How it can improve? It improves well, and what's most important that our network performance will depend only from network hardware and should be higher than will have our competitors after they will transit to post-quantum signature after quantum apocalypse. It's most important to know that without quantum apocalypse, we cannot compete because we have 20 times bigger signatures than our competitors. That gives advantage to them. It will disappear after quantum apocalypse. That's the key. That's why we work on this. And this two-level sharding will be required after quantum apocalypse. So it's preparement for this. Next question. What is the current status of the implementation for the second level sharding and the hard fork mechanism? Second level sharding, it's postponed a little on a 6.1 version. 6.0 will be without this. However, hard fork almost ready. Left only few improvements related with specifics of few conditional transactions. Their outputs should be copied without any change, and then some of other custom data should be translated. This should be solved. Everything else is ready. So I believe we'll see it in the March. Ready for production that reduce dramatically requirements for the master nodes. They will start to process networks quicker and they will load quicker and much more improvements. The next question. You previously announced the launch of native WASM smart contracts on the Cellframe mainnet. What specific tasks will they address? Why was WASM chosen for this implementation over EVM? For EVM, there is another team that works with EVM integration on the Cellframe. It's a QEVM project. Why we choose WASM? Because after quantum apocalypse, it will be the key optimization. It's much quicker than EVM, so it was chosen for this. And what specific tasks? There are such tasks that they have complicated, hard to predict logic like liquidity providing. It requires to code non-trivial algorithm on chain, and that requires smart contracts. By the way, they will be connected to conditional transactions, so you can code transitional transaction with WASM smart contracts, can connect them together and have very high performance, because you will have some kind of bricks elements that compose it on a pure C with a high optimization, and they will work quicker than anything. I'm talking about conditional transaction. And WASM will utilize them. It could connect them in a more complicated complex and use it for some trading logic, for example. That's why we need to implement it, and I think it will be about 6.1. It will be released like I don't know. Maybe it will be released like plugin. Maybe it will be built in time. Still not sure. Anyway, I'm strongly focused on to release it on a 6.1 with two-level sharding together. The next question. How is the work on implementing self-frame auctions progressing? What will be the size of the deposit required to rent a slot? All this will be published later. Work is on the last stages. Maybe if you're tracking our repository, you can see DEX plus auction branch. It has, we are testing how it works with our update over DEX. After we'll fix all the bugs that appears because of these changes, we'll release it and announce the auction relaunch with all the prices. The next question: how is development of the updated version of the Cellframe DEX is progressing? Or when is the release planned? Cellframe DEX 2.0 is already released on the backend in the Cellframe node. So please update your Cellframe node, especially if you are a master node holder. It works, just we need to wait for a few days, and Cellframe wallet will be updated, and then you can use it. So stay tuned. We'll announce this release a little later. Backend is ready. Backend is already released in more than 70% of masternode holders has installed this update. The next question: what will be your solution regarding the with the fake M tokens? How and when will it be implemented? It's still it's still in the last stage of development. Not ever development, on last stage of fixes. We're still merging it with other features, because you see we're releasing a lot of things. We're releasing DEX, we're releasing updated auction, other things, and we always have problem to merge it together because appears new issues related with all this changes in different part of the code, and we're still polishing it. I hope it will be finished on the stay tuned. I hope I will publish announce something on the next week about this, and we'll forget about this. It should be finished. The next question: the Cellframe blockchain is well prepared for quantum attacks through its use of NIST-approved PQSC algorithms. But what happens if one of these algorithms is eventually broken? Do you have a rapid response mechanism in place for such scenarios? Yes, we have. We have a multi-signature wallet. We have a sharded wallet. We have multi-algorithm support of our native wallet, so you can just choose if one of these algorithm will be broken, you can just choose another one and transit your funds from vulnerable algorithm to the new one. It's simple. Or you can protect your funds with just not with one, but with few more algorithms, with 2, 3, any number. So everything up to you, and everything's ready. The next question. Recently, the team updated the mechanism of the Cellframe breach. Could you elaborate of what has changed and how cross-chain interaction between Cellframe and external networks is now structured? There is no change in cross-chain interaction. We are planning some change in 6.1, maybe 6.0, but I think it will be 6.1. It will exclude native Cellframe based networks from the breach at all. They will act through the peer-to-peer. Maybe in 6.0, I am still not sure. We should prove it. First, do a lot of tests before we can release. So, and 6.0 is coming to release. So I think it will be ready only for 6.1. About what we have updated, we have updated some security mechanism to have a few. We added additional stage for issuing of crossing assets. So when assets became burned or frozen on another one, on another side in a Cellframe net, we need to release or mint Cellframe based token. And here is a attack surface, and we trying to reduce this surface. So if, by the way, our bridge wasn't broken at all, but if it will be broken, to not to let hackers, for example, to obtain half of your emission or something like this. So we are doing a lot of stages when step by step with checks on every step of tokens are passing these stages and passing these checks to prevent and reduce casualties, let's say so. The next question. Generally speaking, how secure is communication with human vulnerability with quantum vulnerable networks? Not secure, that's why we are trying to reduce it. Could such breach potentially become a vector for a quantum attack for a small time? First of all, will be attacked Bitcoin, Ethereum, other more popular networks. When we'll see, we'll just switch off the breach and nobody will hurt except of holders of quantum vulnerable version of our token. Please transfer your cell on the Cellframe wallet. It's really well. It's released for every operation system ever. For iOS, it's present. Please transit your tokens from ERC20 from BIP20 to CF20. And the next question. Admins, the growth interest in quantum computing, immigration to secure networks could begin quite soon. That's what I'm talking about. It's will not begin. It's already begun. Are you planning to optimize a bridge operation for this scenario? For example, one-click transfers for cell holders on external networks? Yes, but I don't think it's a problem. People just sitting on their protocols where they used to sit, and I don't know what they're waiting for. Please, guys, transit. The next question. Does the team have any plans to implement native cross-chain transfers with the Cellframe wallet? I will think about it. By the way, it's already present on the bridge, but maybe it would be interesting to build in the Cellframe wallet as extension, for example. Okay, the next question. The CPUNK team has announced the launch of a multi-chain wallet with support for this native Cellframe protocol. Congratulations, CPUNK team, and big thank you for this because it's really a huge step for our ecosystem. Cellframe has the first alternative wallet with our native protocol, so it's really important. But what about major projects like MetaMask and Trust Wallet? For them, we need to grow a little bigger, unfortunately. But we are trying to push things and be implemented in another wallets as well. Are you in discussion with regarding the integration of the CF protocol? Yes. The next question. How is the development of the sharding model for KelVPN progressing? What difficulties the team encountered during its implementation? Yes, it's progressing and it's the final in the finish road. A lot of improvements. It's really client application was rewritten from zero and it became much quicker, much more effective with a lot of anti-DPI tricks. Really, you will love it. It should pass from all DPI, from all the firewalls. You should like it. The next question. Recently, the team announced the launch of a new E2E testing system. Could you tell us more about this? Why did this need arise, and how is the new system helping to optimize the development process? You know, if you develop decentralized application, you need to test it with decentralized environment. You need to bring up service, you need to bring out root nodes, master nodes, full nodes. Usually you need to have your own testnet, and when you do some update or bug fix, you need to update all these nodes. Sometimes you build some your own Docker system. Here it's specific testing system that brings up it automatically. It brings up Cellframe network from scratch, so you can check for regression if you do some changes, and if you need to bring it up with some specific with your plugins or with your changes in Cellframe code itself. So we develop specific scenario language stage env that allow you to to describe your edge scenarios, end-to-end scenarios, and you don't need to be a professional programmer for these scenarios. You can be a QA engineer. It's very simple YAML-based scenario language, and Docker testing systems that run scenarios on these languages. It helps a lot to make a huge impulse for development of KelVPN, of Cellframe, and other related projects. So if you're developing something Cellframe based, feel free to connect with our team and we can make some kind of introduction webinar for this. I don't know. The next question. Tokenization of real-world assets, RWA, is currently gaining significant popularity in the crypto industry. I don't agree. Is the Cellframe platform suitable for launching RWA tokens? Yes, it's suitable. Do you plan to develop this direction further? No, because there are a lot of difficulties with this. I'm talking about legal difficulties. For example, CAC said that they will treat such tokens like real actives with all limitation for qualified investors. And if you will issue this, you first need to address these problems. So me, I am not legal. I'm not specialist in these things. So if you have such qualification, feel free to launch on our platform. Okay, it was all the questions. Thank you for all your support, for your questions. It was very interesting. See you next time. Goodbye. We are Cell. We are here.